Okay, so there still seem to be some people out there that believe that on the morning of 13th of August 2018, Chris Watts's neighbour, Betty, when she left for the gym at 5:15 a.m. that morning, that she took a left turn out of her property, which people claim you can see on Nate's CCTV. And people say that just following Betty taking a left turn, you can see this so-called red Accomplice car shoot straight off from the gravel out the front of Chris Watts's house. Now, to begin with, I just want to give you perspective. This is one of the interviewing officers. This is the following day on the 14th. This is one of the officers who went to interview Betty. So this is just him or them walking up Betty's driveway up to the front of her property. So just to get perspective, you can see Gary's just to the left of the officer, Betty's front door just to the right of the officer. So when we come to see Betty or clips of Betty's interview in a minute, obviously you've got to imagine Betty standing outside her front door looking down her driveway. So if she was to have taken a left turn when she's talking to the officers, she's going to be actioning and kind of gesticulating to her left, indicating that as she drove off, she turned obviously left, if that's the case. So that's something important to note when you're watching the clips from her interview, which I'm going to show, that she would be pointing to her left. Okay, so here we have the view from Betty's front door, so looking down her driveway. So obviously, as she drives out of her property, she's got two options. She's got one to take a left, which people seem, for some reason, think that she did, or she can kind of just take just a bit of a right and then go straight on. So you've got a kind of three-way there, left, right, and straight on. So this, obviously, bear this in mind when she's talking to the officers. Obviously, if she took a left, she's very likely to gesticulate with her. So if she took a left, she's more than likely going to be using her left arm, isn't she, to indicate that she turned left. She's going to be pointing to her left. If she kind of went straight on or took a right, she's probably going to be using her right hand to indicate that she sort of went right, or she's going to be pointing straight on. I mean, just think, just put yourself in a position if you were standing here, which way you're going to be pointing. So when you just watch the clips of her interview, you're going to see quite clearly which way she went. She's showing the officers, she's telling them, and she's showing them with her arms, with her movements. And just one other thing to note, if you go to Google Earth, if you look up Chris Watts's address, 2825 Saratoga Trail on Google Earth, if you look at the whole estate, and you will see that if Betty was to take a left, she can't get out of her or the housing estate that she's in. She's either got to come back on herself, or she ends up in the middle of nowhere where she can't go any further. I think there's a swimming pool and stuff over that way, but there's no way out to the highway. There's no way she can get out of her housing estate, and onto the highway if she takes a left. So it's very illogical for her to take a left. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Now, I saw his truck leave yesterday. Maybe it was this morning. I was leaving for the gym. His truck had the lights on, which is unusual for that morning, 5:15 in the morning. Only fools like me are up.
So you don't usually see him leave at that time of day? Oh, was that the gray truck, or what truck was that?
That was his regular truck. It's a pretty big truck. I mean, not that I want to wake at 5 in the
Right,
morning,
right.
but, you know, you're making me think that I did see the truck, I believe it was this morning, because the lights were turned on. And I was pulling, you have to be careful coming out of here,
Sure.
because it's kind of a three-way mess if you're all going the same
Yeah.
place. But I noticed that the back lights were on. But,
And that was around 5:15 this morning?
yeah, I leave 5:15 every morning.
Okay. And that's kind of odd for him?
Well, I don't, not often do I see the lights that early.
Okay.
But usually here.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Anytime. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
It's like, oh, no. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's quite clear when you look at this that Betty didn't take a left turn. To me, it's so clear. She's not showing you at all that she turned left. She's showing you that she took that road virtually opposite her driveway. And people, you know, it's only ever such a slight right turn, isn't it? And then she's straight on. And if you look at that CCTV again from Nate's, you can see her passing behind Chris's truck. You can't see her turn right because it's not really barely a right turn, is it? Ever such a slight right, and then she's straight on down Steeple Rock Drive. And that's what you see on the CCTV. You see her vehicle passing behind Chris's truck, going straight on. She hasn't turned left. She would have showed you that she turned left. She didn't turn left.